What's up, guys? Kyle here with Crypto Theory. All right, everybody's favorite meme token is back in the news again. Okay, we are, of course, talking about Dogecoin. I feel like we've been talking about it a lot more than we originally had planned on it because there's so much to talk about with this project. I mean, seriously, this is the project that is always in the news. Something is going on with this, it seems like. Whether it's good or bad, you know, hey, I'm not going to be the one to judge on that, but there's always something going on with this, and I want to talk about what some of the bullish news that is coming out of Dogecoin right now, and what does this ultimately mean for this. Okay, so before we jump in and talk about this, guys, make sure to smash up those likes, turn on those notifications for us, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's greatly appreciated. Once we hit 10,000 subs, we are doing a giveaway, which will be sooner rather than later. We just crossed 7,500, and we have you guys to thank for that. So we will be doing a giveaway once we hit 10,000. All right, so with that being said, let's dive in. Let's start talking about what is going on with Dogecoin, okay? You can see it's up 10% today. However, it's been very, very volatile. The price action on it, very, very volatile here over the last little bit. And let's go back out here to the overview on this. Let's get that pulled up on the screen here real quick. And, I mean, you can see big lead up, drop down a little bit. Big pump up right there, drops down pretty drastically right there. And what happened with that? Well, a week ago, basically at the time of this coming out, this is being filmed the night before, so these prices may be a little bit different tomorrow when you see this. However, leading up to it and everything, you know, everybody's speculating that Doge could hit over $1. We talked about it on this channel. Is it possible that Doge could get over $1 with all of the Elon Musk news of going on Saturday Night Live? Well, it's been a week since then, and we now know basically what happened. It did not reach $1. Actually, didn't even really get close to it. It didn't really necessarily challenge $1, and really started tanking. Basically, as soon as he was done with his skit, it started really tanking and everything. Now it is back on the upswing, and you know, back up 10% today, as you can see. What's been going on with it, and why is that? Well, we do now know, and this came out, I believe it was yesterday that this came out. Basically, CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, has basically said that they are going to be adding Dogecoin here in the next basically 6 to 8 weeks. It sounds like they're going to be adding Dogecoin to their platform. He also said that there is a need to accelerate the process of how they add new digital assets to their suite of offerings, which I am all for. I'm not saying I'm all for them adding Dogecoin. That's their decision. If they want to add it, fine. And as always, guys, this is not professional financial advice. If you invest in Doge, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, if you can make a buck on it, that's the most important thing. Obviously, be very careful. Don't get wrecked. You know, some of these projects, most of them are going to be volatile. Make sure that you have solid entry points and make sure that you take profits when available. That would be, at least, you know, in my opinion, the best way to kind of go about doing it if you're going to invest in Doge. Ultimately, I think that Doge does bring a lot of people into crypto. It's going to give you the most, as Mark Cuban said, it gives you the most bang for your buck out of any crypto, because there's always something going on with this project. It's always up, it's always down, it's always moving and not really staying stagnant. So, you know, it's definitely one of those things that overall it has a lot of people intrigued. It's brought a lot of new people, fresh faces into the crypto space, which ultimately, as long as their portfolios don't get wrecked, is a good thing for the overall crypto space, because more people in means more money coming into the market. Okay, so ultimately, I would say bullish news on this front right here. Obviously, projects that get on Coinbase typically experience a large pump. Okay, we saw it with Cardano, we saw it with Engine, we've seen it with multiple others. Cartesi lately got onto Coinbase and absolutely pumped. So a lot of projects do get that initial pump from coming onto Coinbase. Okay, also it gets at a lot more exposure. It's already getting a ton of it, but it gets on probably the most well-known exchange that there is. So it gets at a lot of exposure. And ultimately, I think for Coinbase, it's probably the smart play, because hey, look, at the end of the day, they're a publicly traded company at this point. They have shareholders that they have to answer to, and you know, they have to be able to turn a profit and show the shareholders that they're getting the job done. And I think they probably realize that Dogecoin, I mean, obviously look at the 24-hour trade volume on this thing is still, you know, really high. I mean, it's got great trade volume, up 10% today in terms of volume, but just overall, it's got great trade volume. Why wouldn't they want a piece of that? Okay, so I think that overall is very bullish, obviously, for Doge, and I think it's bullish for Coinbase, them basically coming out and saying, hey, A, they're going to be bringing on one of the most heavily traded projects that there is, but also B, they've already committed to accelerating the process of how they add new projects, which I think is great. Okay, so the other bit of news that I want to talk about, and part of the other part of the reason why this is pumping, at least I believe so, Elon Musk the other day, and we talked about this, he tweeted about Bitcoin and, you know, the environmental aspect of it basically, and pulled Tesla off from, or pulled Bitcoin from payment options for Tesla. Okay. Shortly after that, he started talking about how he had been working with the development team, and you can see right here, he'd been working with the Doge devs to improve system transaction efficiency, potentially promising, okay? Got a big pump in price right after that, but also interesting in this article, it basically talks about how the Dogecoin developers actually turned down funding from Elon. They're saying that they've been actually working with him and talking with him since 2019. Nobody really knew about this, but he'd been working with them since 2019. The team of 4 core developers had welcomed his advice, but they've declined funding. Okay, so Elon actually did try to help out with funding for Dogecoin. They decided instead to tap into his brain and make the cryptocurrency greener and cheaper than Bitcoin. And hey, very interesting news right there. Okay, so hey, you know what? A lot of people joke that Doge is a meme coin. I've joked about it on here myself that it's nothing more than a joke or a meme coin. But hey, I guess if you've got Elon Musk on your side, anything's possible. You know what? He's been written off so many times in his career. Nobody thought PayPal was going to work. It ended up working. Nobody thought SpaceX was a good idea, or Tesla, or anything that he's been involved in. He's always been written off, and people just say it'll never work. The one thing you can't say about him is he's absolutely a hard worker, and he thinks differently than a lot of people do. So it'll be very interesting to see kind of where this goes, and I'll be very interested to see. Ultimately, do I think Doge has the potential to hit $1? I think with this news of Elon and with the news of it going on to Coinbase, it is very possible that it could hit $1. Look, this guy's got a huge following on Twitter and all social media platforms, and it seems like anytime he tweets anything, look what he did to the price of Bitcoin the other night, and really the rest of the market in general, just with one tweet about that. Now, it's starting to recover and everything, as we said on the channel, not to panic because we believed that it would. But still, I mean, one man has that much power to move a market, and then look what's going on today. He literally tweeted this yesterday, and Doge is up 10% today, and it was actually up higher than this before that. It was up, I think, 15% at one point. So, that's bullish right there. And then the fact, obviously, going on Coinbase is major bull news for Dogecoin as well. So, guys, let us know in the comments below. Do you believe in the Doge project, the Doge mission? Are you still skeptical? Is it a meme coin? Is it nothing to invest in, or are you one of those Doge fanboys that thinks it's going to the moon? Ultimately, like I said, guys, it's just, to me, it's defied all logic compared to where I thought it was going to go. And at this point, it's just kind of fun to see what happens. I don't hold barely any Doge myself. I kind of missed that boat early on it because, hey, I'll admit I didn't see it, and it is what it is. I'm okay with that, though. So it is fun to cover, though, because there's always something going on with it. So, guys, with that being said, have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you in the next one.